Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over some historical data on Zion Oil and Gas. It's going to be the time period of November 4th, 2020 to December 30th, 2020. And we're going to break down the charts from that specific frame. And I'm going to give you some kind of reasoning as far as why I'm looking at that to kind of gauge what we might see coming over the next 2 to 3 weeks. But just to reiterate, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research before investing. Also, if you find value in today's video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know when we release new content. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. We talk about personal finance, financial independence, a strong emphasis on the stock market, and we love us some Zion Oil and Gas videos. So if you guys are bullish on this stock, this channel might be for you. If you are a current subscriber, appreciate you, welcome back. And let's kind of get on into it here, guys. So we are going to be on Yahoo Finance is where we're at right now. We typed in ZNOG, and you go over to historical data, and you can look at a specific time period on when you want. And I chose November 4th, 2020 to December 30th, 2020. And then whenever you change your historical data, you just hit apply, and it'll rearrange the dates of of the ones you want. I think it gives you maybe I think I had maybe like 2 to 3 years already prior, from like the current date all the way back to the start of 2020 or maybe some of 2019, and I just broke it down to this specific time period. Okay, what we're going to focus on as I move down or our first 4 columns. Okay, we have open, high, low, and close. So just keep that in mind as we go down and start from November. These words are going to go away, so I just want you to keep in mind from left to right is open, high, low, close. All right, so we're going to hit down here, and it actually starts on November 5th. Okay, so we opened at 44 cents. We got 45 cents, then 44, and then 45. So we had open of 44, high of 45, low of 44, closed at 45. Okay, then we go to November 6th, and we have an open at 45, and then 53, 45, 50. November 9th, 50, 55, 49, 51, 51, 54, 50, and just kind of keep an eye on this here, guys, as we're opening a little bit higher, okay, each day. All right, and we're getting a little bit higher on our highs right here. Okay, and we can look over here what we're closing as well. So we're closing a little bit higher each day as well. Okay, we continuously keep going and going and going and going and going, and this is all the way through basically the month of November. So we started off closing at 45 cents, and we ended up the last day of November closing at about $1.44. Okay, and then if you look up here, we'll just go all the way through December, and really specifically about December the 2nd, December the 3rd, as you see that we got a high of $1.74. That's where we actually started kind of our downward trajectory, as whenever we got into November. Okay, I'm sorry, after November into December. So on December 1st, we opened at 150, high of 174, low of 96, and we closed at $1.21. But as you see, we started slowly ticking down every single day. We've just been kind of in a downward trajectory ever since. So what happened on November the 5th? Okay, why did all of a sudden this stock just start moving on November the 5th? We still didn't have oil then, we don't have oil now, but what made it move? Fast forward, or actually backtrack to November the 5th, 2020. Okay, press release. Zion Oil and Gas drilling rig loaded on ship en route to Israel. Okay, and they kind of give you a little bit of information about it's a Zion drilling crew completed COVID-19 quarantine in Israel and is set to receive the Zion rig and equipment. Okay, so this is what sent this thing to start moving in a higher direction. Was just saying the rig is on the way, the crew is ready to receive it and start putting it together. That's it. All right, not even like nothing spectacular. Just we're about to get started. People got excited and started moving the stock price up for, I mean, over 2 weeks. All right, so about 17 to 18 days, it jumped about 300%, about I think 295 to be roughly about exact. So if you do the math from basically 44 cents to $1.74, I think that's a little under 300%. All right, so we're going to look at the charts here in a second. I'm going to kind of show you some things to kind of keep an eye on based on last year's chart compared to this year's chart. But that's pretty amazing that it can move just based off of that simple news. So it's kind of like, all right, we need just anything at this point, right? Any type of PR, positive PR should send this thing moving higher if history repeats itself. Will it? I hope. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm pretty confident that it will. But that's basically what sent it higher, guys. There wasn't any type of like full out crazy breaking news. It was just, hey, the rig's on its way. It's loaded and going. It's not even there yet. Whenever it got there, the stock started going down. All right, so just out of hype and anticipation, that's what actually moved this stock. And you saw, and I'll show you, that's kind of what happened with the TBN network premiere. All right, so just to kind of keep in mind on that is this stock seems to act as a buy the rumor, sell the news type play. All right, something to keep in mind over the next couple of weeks. So let's go ahead and look at the charts based on last year and starting on in January. All right, guys, so here's a chart dating back to January 2020 all the way to our current date of July 10th, 2021. So we're looking over here in January, and we had about a high of 67 cents, and then we started kind of selling off and trading this little channel. We're constantly just kind of going down, not much volume. And all of a sudden, we broke through that channel, okay, and we held. And that's the key thing, guys. If we can get above a certain price point and just hold, okay, and consolidate around a certain level, that would be a good sign. That's kind of what happened here. And then fast forward to, I believe in August, okay, 2020, they announced that Zion Oil and Gas was going to be en route with, they're going to basically send the rig to Israel, right? It's about to load up and send out, and people just came in and piled in. From 20 cents, it rode it all the way up to about 90 cents, and then just fell right back down again. And we kind of slowly started making our way up, okay? And then we got up to about the 65-cent mark. We fell back down, and then on November the 5th, that's whenever they came out and they talked about the ship en route to Israel and about the crew. The crew had gotten their COVID protocols done, and they're ready for it to come in and basically put the rig together, right? So what happened? This thing just started moving up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and then when it hit $1.74, it just came crashing back down and falling down, falling down. It's been falling down ever since. Okay, so basically a buy the rumor, sell the news type event for Zion Oil and Gas on that particular event. Okay, but the key thing is they told us something, they gave us something, which makes me think that in anything that they give us at this point about a projected completion date is going to send this thing moving higher and higher and higher. But just one thing to keep in mind is that if it does do that and it starts moving prior to that completion date, what do you think is going to happen prior to that completion date? Well, probably it's going to fall back down unless they come back out with some more news saying, hey, we struck oil, and then that would just send this thing going nuts, right? So if you see we're trading in this channel here, my lines may not be 100% straight here, but pretty close. And you see ever since we've broken down, we've been just constantly coming up, hitting down, trying to come up, going down and down and down. We hit the top of that line and we get rejected. Hit the top of the line and we get rejected. So we're going to have to bust through this little trend line, this channel line here, and hold. Like I said, guys, we can't just keep popping our head up and falling down, but that may be what we do until they release some type of news or PR like we've been saying, right? So just keep in mind the last time that this happened on a buy the rumor, sell the news was actually kind of recently with the TBN network. The price went from about 28 cents all the way to, you see it's about here, about 28 cents, all the way up to about 63 cents. That's a huge increase based on, oh, there's this show coming out about Zion Oil and Gas, right, that they're going to be featured in. And you saw what happened there. Okay. So what happened as soon as that came out, it just started coming back down again. So any type of news that we got, I think is going to send this thing moving up and higher and higher and higher. And keep in mind, if it's just a buy the rumor, sell the news, historically, it lasted about 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks before we saw a major decline. All right. So just kind of have a plan in place on if there's no definite news on us hitting oil, if there's just something that comes out saying our projected date of completion is August the 2nd, then you better believe, in my opinion, that this thing's going to start moving higher and higher and higher, even if it's just a few percent per day. And then as we get closer to August the 2nd, okay, people are probably going to be like maybe a little nervous and start taking profits, which is pretty smart. All right. And then you could always get back in after. But if you have a very, very low average cost and it starts rising up based on hype, then I would recommend maybe looking at locking in some profits prior to their completion date and their results, because I think that's what I'm going to do for sure, just in case it goes the other way and they give us some negative news. However, I'm going to keep some skin in the game. That way, if it's positive, I got enough shares to where I'm going to benefit very, very great on that, and I could always get back in and ride the next wave up. So, anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. This historical data was shared with me by one of our followers. So big shout out to him and a thank you. And I just wanted to share that with you on if you wanted to, kind of get some more insight on what we could see hopefully in the next upcoming week. So leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts and hope you enjoy your Saturday. We'll see you in tomorrow's video, which is our weekly stock pick video for the upcoming week. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Make sure that you smash the thumbs up button if you found value in today's video. And if you enjoy our content, of course, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you in the next video.